So if you're like, oh, I always keep a $5,000 cushion in my checking account. No, keep it in a high yield savings. Because that 5,000 will be 55 or will be 5250, and then that will continuously compound as well. And what you'll find is you'll keep putting more money into that. It's easy to do and never have to look at it. I want it to be on, this is my personal advice for you, or my hope for you. I want it to be an online bank that you can't get access to for at least 24 hours. Because I know how you are. I gotta have it. I deserve this. So I want it to be tough for you to get to it. It's only a day. Like, no, what could happen that you would need money today, other than you got to have those shiny shoes, right? So I would rather it take 24 hours to transfer to your debit card or your checking or whatever. But again, totally up to you. Get a financial advisor. They're not going to tell you to do this because they don't make money off of that. They'll say, no, put it in the market. This is, we've shown a growth of the last 77 years. It's been 8%, and that makes more sense. Well, I think that's kind of, I would rather have cash in a small percentage of my portfolio. So get cash away from you as quickly as you can until you can become debt-free and $100,000 cash. How many of you agree that's good advice? No different than if you're trying to teach your 16-year-old kid, oh, you got your paycheck? Give me 80% of it. You have a paycheck and you have a play check. I'm taking your paycheck. You can have your play check. So you need to get cash away from you as quickly as you can. If we're doing those split deposits like we talked about yesterday, the money never even goes into a commingled account. That's the number one way you'll get in trouble, and that's the number one way that after people do get audited, they lose that audit because it was commingled funds. You are screwing yourself if you're putting everything in one bank account. And we are definitely a high gross income business, aren't we? Like they see you're bringing in, how could you bring in $400,000 and make 22 grand? It's possible. It's possible. The IRS is like, really? Yeah, it's possible. So you have to make sure you're going about this the right way and you have everything set up correctly. But ultimately what this comes down to is knowing how we're going to bring money in, but then what we do with that money once we have it. Because usually it's like, oh my gosh, my account's this high, and then there's unexpected expenses and it's gone. Oh my gosh, it's this high, and oh, I forgot the IRS. Oh my gosh, it's this high. Oh, I need to invest in this. Oh my gosh, it's this high. Oh, my family has an immediate need, and I just have to do what's right for my family. And this continues to happen, and you keep having tons of money, but then our cookie jar ends up looking like this. This is what it looks like for us. There's some crumbs down there. So how many of you agree that if we're putting cookies in here, we're putting in as many as we can get, but then IRS, and we're going to put a little bit more in there, but just before we put it in, oh, we have an immediate expense. Damn, that's a good cookie. When you've been on a diet for 3 months, I'm out there like, damn, them lizards got a little meat on them. So the more cookies you're putting in here, the better. And we can keep building, and the advantage is these are like gremlins. You put a little water on them, they're going to multiply. So if we have them in the right investment spot, we win. But these are big cookies, fairly big cookies that we're putting in, which might be a $15,000 commission check, a $20,000 commission check. But how many of you agree that if your system is working for you in your area, let's call it the Greg Luther letter, if that Greg Luther letter is working for you, and it's getting you $12,000 checks over and over and over and over, and we keep putting more in the cookie jar, and things keep going well. My son's in the back of the room like, dude, you ain't got to use them all. Just put some in there. And it keeps happening. What if I say, I'm going to put the Greg Luther letter over in Connecticut because the average sales price is $2 million. And I'm going to get referral fees on that because I know there's an awesome agent there. How many of you agree? Where's a really good market for you to generate referrals right now? I heard Orlando. They don't know anything about this whole Florida insurance thing, do they? Where should you be investing right now? Tennessee? Nashville? Montana? Where should you be investing? Orlando? Minneapolis? South Carolina? Atlanta, Georgia? Doesn't matter the market, it matters the soldier you're sending out to do the deal. Isn't that true? The agent you're sending out is what matters. Find a solid agent and generate business there, and then you get a bunch of $4,000 checks. And the advantage with that is that's not money that you thought was in your business that you're trying to run your cash flow and everything else, so it fills the gaps a lot more for you. The problem is, if I did use all these and I filled it, do you agree? If I stuffed it down, I could get a lot more in. I want a whole bunch of little ones. How many of you like some Cookie Crisp? If we can make that happen with referrals, with additional business that's happening that it's kind of like free money, I'm just going to put it in there. And I don't ever need to touch it. I can put some water on it and let them grow like gremlins. I can let them multiply, and I can do extremely well. Nicole, if you can get me a gallon of milk and a ladle, I would appreciate it. It matches. It'd be, damn, that looks good. But what you'll find is now your nest egg, that cookie jar that you have is not empty. Most of you don't even have a cookie jar. You're like, no, I don't have anything to put in anywhere, so I don't need. Like if you had a piggy bank, you'd be like, why do I have a piggy bank? I never get money to slide in that little slot. What I'm doing in real estate is I just move money around. Money comes in and money goes out, and money comes in and money goes out, and I never keep any for myself. There's an awful lot of agents that are like, damn, that's kind of what I've been doing. Because they haven't been taught these things. They haven't gotten an advisor to help them. They're not hanging out with people that are doing really well, that you can go buy other stuff. I think it's dumb to own a marina. Andrew loves it, and he's making a ton of money. I think it's dumb to be in a plane by yourself. Like I've said, dude, you drink too much to be doing this. Every day you send me pictures of you on the boat with a freaking Bud Light. What the hell is a tall boy? This is my 7th tall boy. You worked hard, you deserve it. Right? But our goal is to hang out with people that can give us a little bit of advice on this. Because how in the hell has your broker not told you about an HSA? How have they not told you about a Roth? How have they not told you about a high yield savings account? Because they don't know. Go ask your broker what it is. They have no idea. It's not their fault. They just never got taught. They never went to YouTube for free helpful information. They never hired an advisor to show them what to do. There are better paths. Now, we all try to do as much as we know to do. As an example, a lot of you know real estate, so you're buying rental properties. When they get with me and they realize they can make a heck of a lot more money, so that award needs to keep being changed from 1 million to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, they realize, let me take my money out of that and get rid of all those hassles and everything I got to deal with, and then I'm going to go put it into something that's more profitable for me. Generally, it's putting it into myself, putting it into my own business. All the people think they're making money with Airbnbs. Like, if you talk to any property manager, they will tell you the worst thing they have to do is deal with tenants, deal with vacancy, and screen the new tenants, and get the new tenants in, and help with the move-in, and do the keys, and do all that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to get an Airbnb, and I'm going to get a new tenant every 4 days. You will also be an alcoholic. Like, get used to how last night went, because that's going to be every day of your life. Can you tell me about a wine pairing for Cookie Crisp, please? So I can start my day and be able to deal with this shit I've created for myself because I thought I was building wealth. No, you're buying a job for yourself.